is up? We are here. We are live for another live stream. If you are rewatching this, hopefully I'm going to actually go back and place chapters for you because I'm sure there's going to be some great questions in today's live stream that'll actually help you with growing your YouTube channel that we can dive into. So thank you all for being here. And I have to start with this because, oh my word, Superman with a $50 donation before the live stream even began. Oh my gosh. I think you're the same guy who follows me on X or Twitter. Ooh, I'm echoing because I'm listening to myself over on YouTube. There we go. I think you might be the same guy who follows me there. But holy crap, what the heck? Thank you for the $50 donation, sir. Oh my gosh. He says, shout out to Colin. Your tutorials on CapCut are fire and have helped me learn an unbelievable amount of skills. Thank you so much. I'm working on a video for a meetup I'm going to in April. And I was wondering if you have any advice on filming it. And I did ask some clarification before we started, which he says, well, I have 3 cameras. One is GoPro knockoff. The other is handheld camera. And the third is my phone. I'm really passionate about the community I'm in, and I want to make the best video I can. He's like, and of course, man, you've done so much for me and the editing community, and you are appreciated by all of us, mate. I appreciate you, man. Oh, geez, thanks. And I'm also glad that I've been able to add value as well, and hope to continue to add value through the different editing stuff and things like that. Even though I now have that separate channel, Colin Michael Edits, where I'm just going to be like exclusively uploading editing stuff. I still might talk about editing on this channel. It's just there's a lot of CapCut content and I want to make videos on it. Just it'd be weird to cover. Like, for example, doing I did a video on how to do the new cloning feature in CapCut. Like, that just didn't fit well. That wouldn't fit well just going into this channel. So I probably would have skipped over that and not made a video on it. So there's so many different areas I can get deeper into editing and showing some of the cooler things you can do with CapCut. And if it does disappear, then maybe DaVinci Resolve or Premiere Pro or different things like that. But yeah, man, awesome. Well, cool. So you're making a video for the conference, it seems. It's not covering the events, more of me going. So I guess you could say a vlog video. Cool. So I would start it off probably, if you're going to film this, what I would picture to be the most interesting would be maybe a shot of you. And it's like, this is just your introduction. You're like in the conference area, maybe where all the tables are, and there's people walking around. And you're like, so today I'm at, et cetera, conference. And I'm going to be showing you around as I experience this conference. And while you're saying that, visually showing different clips from the conference. So it starts off with you there and it's all happening in the background and you're just talking to the camera. And then it starts, every like second or 2 seconds, it's flashing through different clips you've taken of the conference. I don't know what conference it necessarily is, but just things that stand out that audience group would be interested in seeing. Because chances are people are going to rewatch that in considering going to the conference. So for example, before I went to Vid Summit, I went to YouTube and watched a whole bunch of videos on Vid Summit. And so there weren't that many vlogs, but I still watched all of those vlogs and was like, just seeing what's it like? What do they show? What are these parties like that they say, these networking parties? What's the actual conference like? Is there actually any value there? And so immediately when someone clicks and it shows you at the conference, and then it shows the different clips of what's going to come up in the video, then you can start the vlog over. And if you want to show like you actually traveling there and things like that, that's fine. But you have that opening hook for the conference where you're showing those different clips of what's going to come. And that is going to most likely keep people watching. Or worst comes to worst, if they don't want to see, your leading up travel, if you are going to include that, or if you're going to show you in your hotel room, like getting ready. I don't know what conference it is. It could be like an anime conference for all I know. It could be a professional conference. But still, sometimes in a vlog, you like to show the travel part. You like to show yourself get settled. You like to go through those different things. Oh, man, the mic is bad. Is the mic bad? Let me know, guys. Is it like overpowering right now? Yes, the rewind idea. Let me know before I continue my thoughts here. I mean, we'll get into your guys' questions as well, other than Superman. But hey, if you send me $50, I'm gonna talk about your question for a bit. No, okay. And the reason why is because I am doing it a little bit of a different way. Because, and here's the other test I want to do real quick. Is this overpowering? Do you hear the background? That's me. Yes, you are on screen. Goodness. It's a little loud, but not too much. Let me see if I can adjust it a little bit. Just 'cause I am trying. I don't hear you, that's good. Do you guys hear those lo-fi beats? It's not bad if you speak louder, it kind of sounds like it's blasting. Okay, let me turn my microphone a little bit down here real quick. I'll get to this. But yes, that rewind hook. And actually what's interesting, I'm right now making a video where I am studying over 200 YouTube intros. I'm literally watching different niches, looking at their best performing videos and looking at their intros. How did they do them? What are the patterns for making a good intro? And one of the things that I see often happen is there's a lot of visual elements. Let me know if that's a bit better. I turned it down a bit there. Hopefully that music isn't too loud. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. It's like it goes on and off. All right, let's do this real quick. I'll have to experiment with this myself. 1 second. Do that. Here we go. That should. All right. Mic not good. Sorry. All right. Switched it over to just a mic. I'll have to experiment with the other settings here. That should fix it. Um Whatever you did, just stop. Sorry. All right. I won't touch anything, guys. Sorry. I have this thing called Loopback, and what it does is it's basically a software where it pretends to be a microphone, but it can pick up any audio on your computer. So I can have my microphone going, I could have music in the background, all going at the same time. It's cool. I've used it in the past. It's probably I just figured, hey, why don't I experiment and just try using it again and have some background beats? That might be cool. Uh, don't just experiment off the whim is the lesson here. First, maybe cover play around with a test live stream and make sure it sounds good. Sorry, guys. Where's the balloons? Let's try it again. 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, back to the what I was saying. With the video I'm doing right now, I'm studying 200 plus YouTube intros. So I'm like literally analyzing. I have a Google Sheets. It's like, here's what they said. Here's what visually happened. Did they have music and sound effects? And just writing that all down. And I've found so many interesting patterns, and I'm putting it all together in a video. But one of the main patterns, and here's a little hint, is they're always very visual. It's always visual storytelling. So it's never someone just sitting at the camera. So today I went to this conference. We're going to be going through this. I'm really excited. And it's just like a clip of them in their hotel room. It's never that. It's they're talking to the camera. They also have high energy in their voice. So they're not just, hey guys, so today we're going to this conference. Pretty excited. It's never that. It's like, hey guys, today we're going to this conference. It doesn't have to be Mr. Beast voice. I'm not saying it has to be that. But energy, like you're actually excited. Like people want to know that you actually care about, whatever you're talking about. So having that energy, but then visually showing what you are talking about as you're saying those words. And also just being at the event and recording that opening intro, I think will immediately someone's going to see the thumbnail, which I'm sure is going to have pictures of the event or something like that. So they click on it, and instantly the first second they see is you at the event. That is telling the viewer, all right, I am going to get value from this. I'm not going to have 8 minutes of a vlog leading up to the conference. I know if I stick around and I kind of see everything that goes on, I'm going to actually be interested. And then probably the one other thing I would say for that, can I pull that up still? Let me pull it up. No, I can't find it. Let me just go back. But I would say the one other thing with that would be just make sure not to go too long for one scene. And make sure you're showing what people are interested in. Um so I'm sure there's different areas of the conference or things like that, or maybe you're going to talk to people there and you can kind of talk to them about the conference or if they want to be in your video. Um, but people want to see those things, I think. Or if you go out and get food with a bunch of the people from the conference, like that would be interesting too. It's going to let me know if I go to this conference, it's not just people at the event and I'm eating by myself, that, hey, there's actual people hanging out and they do things. So that's what I would do. That'd be my thoughts. If you have any other questions, let me know. I'll try to hop to them. But oh my word, thanks for the $50 donation. And with that, let's get to some of these other questions. Is Canva Pro worth the extra money? Yes, it is. And that's coming from someone who pays for Photoshop as well. Like I pay for Photoshop and I have Canva Pro, not an affiliate anymore for Canva, but I'll still tell you to get Canva because I use it. But yeah, I think it's worth it. I use mainly the elements. That's why I like the Pro version for that. I like having access to all their different templates and things. Yeah. But if I was to choose between Photoshop, paying for Photoshop or paying for Canva, I would pay for Photoshop. Because there's so much more you can do there. And you know, there's Google. There's plenty of free images on Google that you can grab and use. And you're probably not going to be, you know, I'm not a legal advisor here, but you're probably not going to get hunted down by someone if you grabbed an image off of Google. But yeah, that's my thoughts. How can I make cinematic video like Hollywood? I do have a few videos on it. I'm right now exploring making some more videos on this. I was thinking about putting together a really detailed guide. If you guys saw the video where I was talking about how I get like 300 subscribers per day, and I talked about how, like, look at all these videos that are high performing for cinematic video on a smartphone or just creating cinematic video. Like, yeah, it's an in-demand topic. So I do plan, I think I'm probably going to end up making videos around that again and getting some more, especially once it warms up a bit. Like, I don't know where you guys are, but it's like freezing here right now, or it goes from like freezing to like 50s to freezing to 50s. Like, it just snowed a day or two ago and it's going to be 50 in like a day or two. So we go from like 8 inches of snow to 50-degree weather where it all melts. So it's like, if I can get some consistently warm days, I can get out and actually like film some cool shots and put together like a cool video on like cinematic filmmaking, or and then also cinematic editing. But yeah, if you want to just, if you just search cinematic Colin Michael, I'm sure it's going to pull up 2 or 3 videos I've already done. That'll go through that. Your videos on CapCut have helped me so much on my vids on my channel. Awesome. Glad, Aiden. Bleh. I hope CapCut doesn't get banned. We haven't talked about that on a live. We didn't talk about the CapCut ban. But yeah, I'm still very confident. I know there's still a lot of people, like, now that the House passed it so fast, like people in the Senate, like people are like, oh, there are some people who are like, what are we doing? Is this a block of First Amendment rights? I don't know if I should get into my opinions or thoughts on this. Do people want to hear my actual opinions on this, where I don't just let the comments talk about their own opinions? Let me know. Let me know. Should Colin reveal his actual thoughts on this? That might be controversial. But either way, I do think it is likely. Um, I think they just need half of this. I could be wrong. I believe they just need half the Senate to vote yes, and then it goes through. And it still might take a while for that vote to actually happen because they've got other stuff they're worrying about, and they got some vacation time off coming up. But yes. Um, rest in peace, CapCut. I mean, I'm okay with it, but you know the internet, right? So what's happening with CapCut is in the US, they're passing a bill that allows the president to, if there's an app that's owned by an adversary of the US, the president can say this company either needs to sell in 6 months or it's getting removed from US devices, which obviously one of those apps would be TikTok. And CapCut's in that same group. Like ByteDance itself is China controlled, and China has a law where they can, tell that company that we want this information and data, and you can't, and you have to lie that we weren't actually taking this data, like, or you'll get killed. So it's, there's, because China has that kind of control, and whether there's evidence that they have spied or haven't, I don't know why they wouldn't. So it's, I think that's the issue. And the other problem is ByteDance can't sell because China won't let them sell the company. So it really is, if the US pushes this, ByteDance can't sell because, I mean, hey, if I had a tool that could spy on everyone in the world, I wouldn't want it to sell off to the United States either. And then how do you even move that is the other thing. We don't have to get super deep into all of this, but yeah, I think it's still going to pass. I think it's going to go through. I think there's definitely enough there. I personally don't think it's an attack on freedom of speech, because TikTok already shadow bans people in the first place. Like, they already do that on a consistent basis. And there's YouTube and there's X. Like, all right, here, I'll get a little controversial. Elon Musk releases X for freedom of speech, and everyone's upset because people can speak their mind on X. And it's like, how dare you? But then when TikTok gets banned, it's like, how dare you take away our free speech? We want free speech. It's like, what do you want? Do you want free speech? Or do you want not free speech? And you want to, potentially censor opinions you disagree with? Like, I don't get how those two things coexist. Because everyone's after Elon Musk about free speech on a platform, but then they're upset that TikTok's getting banned because they want free speech. That's my thoughts. I'll but yeah, I think there's plenty of platforms. For sure, as a creator, this is a great time to diversify, build an email list. I think building an email list is super important because then you have communication with your audience, whichever platform. Even if all platforms get removed, you have control of your audience because you've built an email list where you can reach them and be like, I'm posting on this platform now. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm selling this. So regardless of your opinion, one thing we all can do is try to build a community that doesn't depend on social platforms. I think that's probably the most valuable thing. And I think email is probably the best way to do that, and has been the best option for a while. If you can get people into that, and then they're able to reply back. There's a whole bunch of different things you can do there. But yeah, let's go to other questions. Unless we want to keep talking about the CapCut ban, we could always do that. YouTube is the OG goat. I agree with that. Like, I'll know why everyone is so obsessed with like TikTok and Reels. I don't know. Maybe it is because I'm a YouTube guy. And it's just so much more reliable. Like, especially YouTube search, man. Like, I saw a comment from someone, and I just want to find it here because and also, if you do have a question, put like question before your actual question. That totally helps me see it a whole lot better. When you do that, yeah, because then I can kind of cycle through some of these other things. And I do see some of them here, but there's one I'm looking for that I saw someone say about the VHS app tutorial I made. Where is it? I'm gonna find it here. And see, this is where Colin is just talking out loud because he wants to fill the silence in a live stream, which is why he wants background music. I'll get it figured out. I don't see it. Someone commented about the VHS app There should be a search bar. I'm going to tell StreamYard, make a search bar for the comment section when these comments come in so I can actually find. That would be genius. Oh my word. I am literally going to message StreamYard because then when you guys type question, I could just search in the comments here question and it'll filter out all the other comments and I'll just see the questions. StreamYard better do that. Holy cow. That would be. Am I the only one who thinks that's like the greatest idea ever? And why have they not implemented that? Because then it would be also, there'd be so many implications for that. Like, I'm just thinking of question, but there's so many other ways you could use that. Like if you want to do if you want your channel reviewed, this is not real. Okay. I'm just example here. If you want your channel review, type in all caps review, and then I can search review in the comments and I'll see all the comments that come up with that in their comment. And then I can easily get to each and every person and kind of filter through just the people talking in the comment section. Man, I'm going on a rabbit trail here, but basically what I was saying, and I can't find the comment here anymore. Do that now, Colin. Big brain Colin. Yes, we need that. I will message them and then I'll say, hey, can you please sponsor the live stream? I'm giving you guys good ideas. I do have an affiliate link with them now. But anyway, the point I was saying with YouTube, it's so great. If someone commented more recently, they were just like, do you remember your VHS app? Like, I think it was something along the lines, I love that video. I can't find the comment anymore. Maybe that person's still here and they can re-comment that. I don't see it. But it's like, that video is ancient. I wonder if I go, does anyone here remember the VHS app review I did other than person from a long time ago? He's apparently been here for a little too long, or maybe they found it more recently. I'm going to go back to that. And this is the point I want to make. And I'm going to find it here. Where's my VHS app review? Because I was just doing like different app reviews. You guys should just go through some of my old videos and laugh at them because they're pretty funny. Here's old film look on a phone. Let me go to my analytics on this video that's ancient from like, what is this from? Lifetime. Since upload. This video, it came out in 2018, November 16th, 2018. This is an oldie. But still, even that video got 161 views in the last year. And this is a video from 2018. It's a terrible video, in my opinion. But it still gets views. When you post on TikTok, when you post on Reels, those videos just don't get views anymore. They get views once, and then they're in the algorithm, and then they're gone. And that's the end of it. Same with shorts can sometimes be like that too, where it's like you post, they get views, and then it just goes flat. When you make long form content, like it lives on forever. And especially if you make content where the focus is monetization, where you're talking about products with affiliate links or other things like that, like those videos live on. Someone might be buying, for example, the Osmo Pocket 3 video I did. Someone might buy that product in 3 years when it's really discounted and they have the 5th version out and it's still for sale on Amazon for a whole lot cheaper. And they're like, should I pick this up? Here, let me watch some videos on YouTube. Like that video is still working for me and making me money, even though like I'd posted it years ago. Or for software, like some of my old videos where I talked about Epidemic Sound are still going to make me money like years down the road because Epidemic Sound will still exist and people can still click through that link and I can still make money off that video, or get new viewers and subscribers and build a community off that video. So there's so much opportunity. YouTube's the OG. I think that was the point there that I was going for. Oh, it's from Aiden. Okay. Thank you, Amanda. Loves music. And also, hi, Amanda. Nice to see you again. All right, let's get to some of these questions. Let me let's get some. What editing equipment do you recommend? PC, mic, camera, etc. Or just, I guess, content gear in general. I will be doing a video on best YouTube camera for beginners, and I'm gonna do like a range of prices. I shoot on an A7C, Sony A7C. You can find it on eBay for like $1,000, $1,500. Obviously, I just talked about the Osmo Pocket 3. That's a good camera as well, especially if you're starting out. I think that's great for all those reasons I listed in the video. As far as mic, Samsung Q2U, 130 bucks, great microphone. If you need something wireless, like the DJI Mic 2, actually, if you want to see all this stuff, in the description, I have a camera gear link. It should take you to a webpage where I have like a lot of the products that I like to use. I need to update it actually and make that more extensive, but there is that where I have some of the other gear listed. PC, I use a MacBook. Walmart did just post something in an ad that said that they were selling like the M1 MacBook Air for, I think, $700, which is extremely cheap for a MacBook. And the M1 chip can like do 4K video, multi-layer editing. So if you can grab that deal, that's a really good deal for like a Mac. That's personally where I would go because the new Apple chips are really good for editing. I have personally a 14-inch MacBook Pro with the M1 Pro chip. And I don't even need to upgrade from that. Like even the M1 Pro chip in the MacBook is so good. Like a 6 or 7 minute full HD project with different elements in it takes 1 minute to export. When normally with other computers, you'd be sitting there like at least double the time, like 12, 15, 20 minutes exporting a project. So M1 chips are really good. If you're going PC, you just got to learn. You need to learn everything about what makes a good PC. So you need to learn about processors and the RAM, and you need to learn about graphics cards because that can play a role in editing. You basically just need a gaming computer for the most part if you want to edit videos, and then just kind of go through the price range. But I would personally go the Mac route. But yeah, maybe I'll do. And then lighting wise, I have some Zhiyun lights that I was sent that I'm using, and I've got like a maybe I should do a video kind of going through my studio and all the gear I use. Would that be? If that's useful, I will make it. I know probably won't get a ton of views, but then at least I'll show you guys everything I use and things like that. And then I can also do one where I do recommendations. I'm planning on making a whole bunch of these types of videos, like the best lighting for beginners, best microphones, kind of going through all that, even the best webcams. Apparently there's a lot of demand for people who want to just use webcams for filming YouTube videos. So I'm going to cover even webcams on this channel. And just kind of talk through all the different kind of gear and tools that people can use. Maybe even budget computers, though that would be kind of pricey of a video to do because then I got to order all these budget computers and maybe return them, and that might not be as easy. But then again, it means there's no competition in that area because no one wants to go and order like 3 PCs. Maybe I can just return them and I'll take the 10% or 15% restocking fee from Best Buy just to make a video for you guys. Maybe we'll do something like that. Maybe. Any tips for a VTuber on slow internet? Oh dear. Pre-recorded content is going to be your best bet, not live. Even if, and this is something you could do a offline live stream where maybe you won't be able to reply to comments. Maybe you'll just be able to type back to comments. But just do a pre-recorded live stream of an hour, and then you can just schedule the pre-recorded video to play live, and then you can also just engage with the chat in the comment section. Like StreamYard, what I'm using, like I can upload, I think like an hour, 2-hour video, and then when I click live, it'll play that hour, 2-hour video as if I'm live, even though it's pre-recorded. That's what Apple does. Like when Apple does a live stream for their products, they're not actually live presenting it. They're just playing a video live. So if you react, being a VTuber with slow internet, that's going to mess up and cause lag. At least doing that, maybe you can even go to somewhere with good internet, but you don't actually have to be fully set up. You're just playing the video, replying to comments. It's going to be a, like a steady stream there. So, let's see. Real quick on this one, is the ban going to affect CapCut and TikTok in the UK? My thoughts and opinion, just opinion, is yes, it will. because once India already has blocked CapCut and TikTok, which I think should be already a statement for everyone else that, okay, why is an entire country blocking CapCut and TikTok? And then if the US does it, it's like, okay, now there's 2 countries that have blocked this software and apps. What's going on here? And I think that will force every other country to reconsider. Not okay. I understand I'm an American, and I might be too United States like, oh, when we do something, everyone follows suit, America. But I do think when the U.S. does something, it is going to make a lot of our allies, at least, consider the same thing. If if one of our allies with the United States, like the UK, does something or different things like that, United States could follow suit. Like when pandemic was happening, all the shutdowns happened in Europe first, and then the US followed suit after. But that's kind of the way it went, even though that's a completely different thing. I still think if US does it, everyone else is going to follow suit. And I'd be shocked if they decided to keep it when, the United States, which obviously has huge intelligence agency where they're spying on everyone. Obviously, if you have that and they're saying to block it, it would kind of make sense for everyone else who doesn't have that sophistication of spying capabilities and intelligence to not do it. That's my thoughts. So I do think it'll go across the board after that. All right, back to YouTube stuff. What if YouTube gets banned? That would be interesting. Okay, now we're back on YouTube question, but it's a YouTube ban. I don't think YouTube's going to get banned. Like the closest it got was with the children issues, with content targeted to children, but YouTube was able to fix that. It's just been such a long, steady platform. Like we are coming up in like 2 years. It's going to be 20 years since YouTube, with 2006, which is wild. But I think at this point, YouTube has done a really good job of maintaining safety and different things like that. I don't see it going anywhere, especially with like it has like 2 to 3 billion active users across the world, which is absolutely nuts. When you think about the world's population is like 7 or 8 billion people. I think it's hit a point where it's at a very stable spot. Yeah, I don't see it going anywhere. The only thing that could happen is if a recession happens, advertisers pull back, and that would affect the creator economy. But I don't see like a ban per se happening because it is US owned. So let's see. I did that question. Is Canva for making thumbnails? Yes. I think it's a great place to start for making thumbnails. For being able to get access to like different layers you can apply, and it's free. You can add text and different things like that. I think it's a good place to start. But at least in my journey now, I am fully on Photoshop and absolutely in love with it because there is so much you can do. And once you learn those steps of making thumbnails in Photoshop, and then you have Lightroom as well to like make your photos look really, really good. Like there's so many nice things with the Adobe suite. But if you are starting out and you need free, like, yeah, I think Canva is good for thumbnails. But I would try to get on Photoshop sooner rather than later because you can really make a nice polished thumbnail, even though thumbnail isn't about Photoshop fun stuff. It does come down to just being simple, easy to understand. You can do that in both Canva and Photoshop. You might be able to polish the thumbnail a lot more in Photoshop, but as long as people can understand what the video is about and it provokes them to curiosity, or they see the value if they click on the video, like that's fine. Like my top performing videos, those thumbnails were made on a phone using like Fonto, which is like Phonto. I think it still exists. Fonto. Let me type it out in the chat just so you guys can see how it's spelt. There's that Fonto. Yeah, the basic CapCut and the advanced editing tips was designed on a phone. So it's totally possible just to make this stuff on a phone. But yeah, I'm also planning on, let me know if this is valuable, guys. Put it in the chat. would it be valuable if I made like a thumbnail templates pack? I know I used to have like some thumbnail templates in the past, but I think I'm exploring that again. Let me know if there's any interest there. If that'd be interesting, where you can just kind of throw yourself in and then like everything's already set up and ready to go for you. That could be interesting. And it'll be a lot of work to put to do and figure out. And also to note that might be like $10 for like 100 thumbnail templates or something. And it's also something I could probably do like free giveaways for as well. So even for people who can't afford $10 and are really on a free budget, I'm sure I could, through different giveaways and stuff, I could, give that out to people on a free budget. Let's see. How many hours a day do you work on YouTube balancing family life? I usually do like 40 hours a week of like being at the office, but sometimes it's less than that because I sleep in. I try to be at work from like 9 to 6 and I have like a lunch in there, but it's usually more like 10 to 6. Like I arrived here like 15-30 minutes before the live stream, and I had just woken up and I packed everything up and I went to the office. So that's where I usually average. But then I also do stuff at home on my days off too, every now and again. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Yeah, doing pretty standard work hours. M can trying to find ways to decrease that. But then again, I'm very much a workaholic. I love working. I love growing the channel. I love doing these things. It really interests me. So it's not really like it's work and it's draining and different things like that. But then again, it's like I want to do this. It's kind of weird. It's kind of it's like it's not fun, but it is also fun. And it's something like late at night I'll be playing games and then I'll like stop playing games and I'll pull out my computer and I'll actually like do more work instead of just relaxing. Just because I want to win, I want to succeed, I want to get more done, I want to like increase my income and different things like that. So yeah, I guess that's a bit about my work life balance. And then also sometimes it's just like we want to go do something. We want to go see family, or we want to experience something. Like I can just take off and just not work. Like I am now rethinking about going to the solar eclipse that's going to be in the United States around like April 8th. And we would have to drive to somewhere to see the total eclipse. Like I can just take off and I'll go do that. And that's also really nice for like work-life balance. Like if we want to go do something, and I'm also portable too. So if we want to go do something, I can always take my work with me, and still be able to get stuff done. So yeah. I think it's a dumb question, but is YouTube more easier when you already hit 100 subs? Absolutely. It's not a dumb question. I believe it to be true. 100 subscribers is the hardest hurdle, I think, followed by 1,000 and 10,000. Because once you pass 10,000, it's just a matter of like, you know, kind of doing what you're already doing, because you already had videos pop off if you're already at 10,000 subscribers. And so it's like, how do I maintain that? How do I keep that going? And you already have some data there of what your audience is interested in. You're already kind of figuring out how to make good videos. But I do think the 100 subscribers is the hardest hurdle to get over. It's kind of like a snowball. Like you have rolling it down a hill. Like it takes some time to really build that snowball up, and then eventually it does get momentum to where it just rolls on its own. And you don't even need to push it anymore. So yeah. Let's see. And now a word from our sponsor. Thanks, sponsor. Back to the live stream. How long did it take for you to get views? Well, let me say this. I've had a bunch of channels. I've done multiple channels and have multiple failures. So I do a channel, make videos, quit. Do a channel, make videos, quit. Do a channel, make videos, quit. Like that has been a steady pattern. Even sometimes experimental channels I've started where I'm like, I'm going to grow this, I'm going to make views, and then I just lose interest in the idea and I quit. So it takes a while, and it has to be something you're actually interested in. But I think the biggest thing with getting views is learning the skills needed to grow on YouTube, because YouTube is not just come up with an idea. I think that's cool. I'll make a video, upload it. Like there's a lot more behind the scenes you have to do. You actually have to sit down and brainstorm ideas and then research those ideas and make sure there's demand, and then come up with a really good thumbnail and a really good title. And you're doing all of this like research and planning and work. And it may not even be a video you want to do, but it is a video that'll perform well. So you put in that effort anyway, and then you film the video. And then you also have to think about the editing and the scripting of that content. And then once you upload, you might try to, put stuff in the description, because YouTube does look at the description. And you're thinking about end cards and info cards and these different things like that. And then even editing it, you're thinking about, what do I put in here? How do I make this engaging? Do I add text? Do I add B-roll? How do I get more clips here? Like there's a lot that goes into making an actually good video. And you have to learn all those skills. And also some people will realize that's not what I want to do. I just want to make fun videos. I don't want to make like high quality videos, I guess you could say. Like, you can make videos that you enjoy and are fun, but doesn't mean that it's actually going to get views and actually grow if there's not if you can't make something around a topic people are actually interested in, and also making a title for that topic that people will actually be interested in clicking on. So I think so for me, it took a while to figure out what people are interested in. Like when I quit August of 2019, I stopped. I was like, I had just passed 1,000 subs, but I quit. I was like, there's no way I'm going to make money in this. I'm just going to quit. I need to do something that's going to make me money on the side. And for 9 months, my channel continued to grow. And then in like April of 2020, and I'm sure you guys all have heard this story, I look at my channel and it's like, holy crap, I have 2,000 subscribers and I have 4,000 watch hours. I can turn on monetization. What happened? And so I go and look at my channel. It's like, these few videos have gotten all the views on my channel. What's the pattern here? And it's like, they're all tutorials. They're all things people could search on YouTube, and that brought me views. And then I was like, oh, I get it. I need to make things people are searching for, or more tutorial content. And so that's literally what I did. My next video I posted in April, I think it was the first one I did, or second, was like how to add music to your YouTube videos. And then I did an InShot tutorial, and that did well. And then a few months later, I decided to do this CapCut tutorial, and that blew up. And then I made more CapCut videos, and that's what kind of caused all the views. So it takes a while to figure out what gets you views, and then kind of repeating that pattern, I guess you could say. And that's kind of my story with it. Is I put out a lot of content, only some of it stuck. And then I found the pattern between that, and was like, these are the videos that get me views, so I'm going to make more of these. And it was still kind of like a fun game. Sure, I'm not super interested in InShot or CapCut, but it was like, I'm going to cover this. I'm having fun. I'm experimenting. I'm seeing what works, what doesn't work. I'm learning. I'm growing in knowledge. And I think if you're always doing that, then your content's improving and things like that. So there's my long answer for that. Let's see. Have you tested out X with long form videos? If so, do you think it's worth paying the premium for X? If not, do you think you'll be testing it out soon? I have thought about it. So, something I had over the last few days was an existential crisis uh, about my channel. Yes, I even have existential crises about my channel. Just because I'm a big creator doesn't mean that I get caught up in thinking about my channel or worrying about my channel and figuring out what I'm doing sometimes, and what are my actual goals that I'm trying to achieve. And so right now, one of my main focuses is like, I've kind of come to terms that I am a search-based channel, and that is what adds value to people. That's where also where I'm able to provide for myself as a full-time creator. And so that's where I feel like a lot of my effort's going to go. Posting long form on X doesn't necessarily help me achieve that. If they gave me the ability to post long form without paying $10 a month, I would, or $5 a month, or whatever that premium fee is. But I don't just see a return on investment for uploading videos to X, because like X isn't like a search engine. Like, sure, they have somewhat of like, here's some related videos you can watch, but no one goes to X to watch videos right now. There isn't that demand. And there's also no like search algorithm per se. Like, no one's gonna be like, oh, I want to learn CapCut, or I want to learn about like how to make money on YouTube. I'm gonna go to X and search something. So for me right now, it doesn't seem worth it. If X can actually build out an algorithm system where videos can be found a lot easier and made an actual proper tab for it, that'd be worth it. Or maybe if your goal is to get people to a service or a product that isn't really YouTube related, like that could be worth posting long form content on. I'm more interested in posting my long form content on LinkedIn than I am about posting it on X, because I think there is also a lot of opportunity on LinkedIn to kind of grow, and there's a lot of people with businesses who want to grow on YouTube. So I feel like I have more value posting on LinkedIn than X, but I will do X posts. And that's something I have been wanting to do, is like post more threads on X with my Twitter profile. Just because for those who don't know, and this is great for everyone here, X is great for interacting with other YouTubers. Almost all like these bigger YouTube creators are on X. They comment, they talk with each other. You can interact with other creators in there. It's a great place to network. And that's one of the main reasons I'm on there. My entire feed is YouTube people or business people or different things like that. And that's kind of like the feed I have. So I go there to kind of learn and see what other people are doing and interact with other YouTubers. That's why I'm there. So I might make some posts there just to better, show that I know what I'm talking about, and also just interacting with other creators there. So that's my thoughts there. It needs to develop more, and I hope Musk does continue to develop that side more. I know he wants it to be the best platform for creators. So I'm always excited for someone trying to make a good platform for creators, and the more competition there is, even if you like Musk or you hate him, the more competition out there to get creators to post on your platform, the better it is for us, because then they're gonna be like, you get a better, they're gonna compete because they want people to post content on their platform. So they'll be like, here, you get more of the AdSense cut. And then YouTube's like, oh man, if X is giving 70% of the ad revenue and everyone's going over there, now we have to give that much, or we have to do these different things to help get creators to make videos on our platform. Even though YouTube, I don't see anyone beating YouTube, but still, it's going to force other platforms to be more competitive. So maybe X does give like 90% of the ad revenue to a creator. Like that could happen because they want people to post on there, and that will make more people post content and people will make a lot of money. YouTube still might remain the giant, but we can still take advantage of those different programs and incentives. Like Amazon shopping and YouTube affiliates and TikTok shop, they're all competing for creators to make videos about products. That's just great for us because they're going to do, here's a bigger cut, here's this. Like YouTube's constantly sending me things because I'm in the YouTube affiliate program where they're like, we're doubling the affiliate commission if you make videos on this. So like for the Samsung phone release, if I would have talked about like the Samsung phone, no, I was not sent this. I just got it for free. But if I would have made videos on it, they were going to pay me, instead of an 8% affiliate commission, they were going to pay me a 16 for like a month to 2 months if anyone bought that phone through my affiliate link on YouTube, which is just like integrated with YouTube. So YouTube's even trying to like, we'll double your affiliate income just if you'll post on our stinking platform and make content about it. So even things like that, where YouTube's trying to compete with Amazon and be the shopping center for everyone, I think that's, yeah, it's interesting. All good stuff. All good stuff. All right. Let's keep going. Oh, we're at 50 minutes. And then after this, I got to go film some YouTube videos and do more talking on camera. Let's get some more questions here. Is the ban going to affect Ghana? It's all right on US. Once the US does this, we'll see what everyone else does. I'll know. I don't know much about Ghana, but again, I think a lot of places are going to follow if the US does it, and I do think the US is going to do it. I need cheap equipment. I'm broke. That's one of the reasons I want to make more videos on cheap equipment. I am going to be reaching out to some of these companies and being like, send me this product. I want to make a video on it. Send me this product. I want to make a video on it. So like, I want to do that for like 5 companies with video lighting and tripods and cameras and different things like that. So that way I can actually talk about this stuff for you guys and help you guys figure out what you can get, even if you are on a low budget. How do you make a thumbnail with CapCut? You search on YouTube how to make a thumbnail in CapCut and click on Colin's video. I will be doing an update to that video soon. And maybe how to recreate other people's thumbnails in CapCut. That might also be an interesting style too. So I'll have that soon. But for now, there is already a tutorial up I have on thumbnail design. Let's see. Thank goodness for that, Colin. YouTube can't get banned. Yes, I think it's probably the most stable platform, in my opinion, is YouTube. Like even like Facebook and Instagram. Like Instagram changed its algorithm with Reels. They're like, we're no longer going to really do post stuff. It's all Reels now. And then they changed it, and they're like, now we want post stuff back. So they're all over the place. Like YouTube's algorithm has like remained the same since like 2016, roughly. Maybe earlier than that, but it's pretty much been the same. I know there's other creators who are like, the algorithm just changed. Oh no, here's the February update. Here's the March update. It hasn't changed. It doesn't change the algorithm. It released new features. And with shorts, there's a new shorts algorithm, but like the actual long form algorithm hasn't really changed since like 2016. It's literally been the same. It's focused on people. Do people click? Do people watch? That's all it is. And obviously it's a lot deeper. You know, how do you get people to click? How do you get people to watch? But that's all it is. And YouTube is going to find the video that best satisfies the viewer. And that's what it's going to recommend to the viewer, because they want viewers to watch videos. And so they're going to take all that information and data and figure out, okay, this viewer likes business videos. I'm just doing me, like business videos. He likes this army game called Hell Let Loose. He likes DayZ. He likes YouTube growth stuff. And so it's just going to do all that. And the way it throws that, it's like, well, similar viewers who watched this DayZ game really like this video. Let's see if he likes it. I think he's going to like this video, so let's show it to him. And so it recommends that based on how other viewers have interacted with content too that are similar to me. And that's how that system works. But it's been the same forever for a super long time. Does the quality of your video depend on the ring light? No. Personally, I think the ring light was like a 2015, 2016 fad on YouTube. I don't see many people using ring lights, at least in what the content I watch. What I would say is, if you can, get a softbox. That is what I have over here. I have a softbox, and I do have like a little LED light over here. But if I just turn off this LED light, for example, this is just the softbox light. It's like a big white circle, and it has like this honeycomb pattern. If you search like softbox light, you'll kind of see it. It looks like a weird dome with a honeycomb on it. Not the umbrella thing, but it's like a giant circle. And then the light shining on this big white piece of, you know, circle see-through thing, and it's putting a very soft light on my face here. That's what kind of gives it this like really nice look. And then I just have a little light here to help with the shadow. So when I turn this on, kind of, I could probably darken that a little bit. But that's what kind of helps with that. And then I just have some lights in the background. But that is what I would probably get, because that's going to give you the most cinematic video with whatever, or professional looking video, no matter what you're using. So you don't necessarily need to upgrade your ring light. Ring lights are nice because it's kind of like a soft light, even though it can be super bright, and it's in a circle. And then that's great for putting like your phone or a camera in, I guess. It's a little easier because it's only one light you have to worry about, even though it gives you the weird ring circles. But I guess like on a more professional level, you'll see a lot of creators using softbox lights and things like that to really, you ultimately want soft light on your face. And I'm doing kind of like a 3-point landing where I've got one light here, and you can't see it, but I'll turn it over. There's a little light there shining on the back of me here. And I just have that outside of camera. And so that's shining here and helps separating me from the background. That's what all this light here on my back is, which helps me kind of stand out. It's like a 3-point lighting setup there. But yeah, I wouldn't worry about the ring light. If you do have the money, get a softbox. There's cheap ones, there's expensive ones. I should probably get a whole light set up with affiliate link thing. I'll try and find a cheap softbox, a cheap 3-point lighting setup that includes a softbox, because these can get pricey, potentially. All right, we need to scroll. Let's get some other more recent questions here. I feel like I'm a bit behind. Question right now: at your home, is it night, morning, or afternoon? It is lunchtime. It's almost noon here. So as soon as I'm done with this, I'm actually going to eat lunch. So yeah, it's noon here. Is Central Time. Yep, Central. Wisconsin. Question: do you think using ChatGPT for research, video topics, and trends will still be a thing to use as a content creator? I use ChatGPT at least for giving variations of titles. I would not use it for researching video topics. Or what you could do, here's what you could do. You could use it to research video ideas and topics, and it'll spit out a few of them. I would take those and go to YouTube and validate those ideas. I think validation is the most important part, to make sure there is actually demand in that area. Like if I go and ask ChatGPT right now, which I'm doing, I need video ideas for a video editing channel. Let's see what it gives me here. Create a series of tutorials covering different aspects of video editing software. Oh, it's giving me like editing challenges, behind the scenes, tips and tricks, Q&As. Give me some title ideas for these video editing topics. Let's see what it gives me here. So, mastering Premiere Pro, beginner to pro editing techniques could work. Unlock advanced editing skills in Final Cut Pro, maybe. DaVinci Resolve Deep Dive, comprehensive editing guide. Now it's giving me the editing challenges. Recreating iconic scenes editing challenge. So some of these might be actually interesting. And some of them might not all be search based. I know I'm a heavy search channel, so I'm always like going to see it. Has someone made this? Is there search volume? Is there things like that? And that's how I kind of validate. But I would still try and look up to see if anyone's talked on those topics or done anything similar. So like an editing challenge, that is pretty unique. I've never, so I could search editing challenge and let's just see what comes up. I thought my YouTube rival in an epic editing battle by Finzar. It got 149K views in 1 year. But his channel is 354K subscribers. Like, not super big there. Another editing challenge, 17K views in 6 months, not massive. Like, so just because it gave me that idea doesn't necessarily mean people want to see that. But then also, I guess it depends how you execute on that. Or I made this much editing undercover in 24 hours. Like, that one performed really well for Finzar. And that would be a challenge itself, trying to edit undercover and seeing how much money you could make. There is a challenge there. So yeah, it's going to YouTube, validating those ideas and seeing if it's ever worked or if it's flopped when other people did it. Because if it flopped when other people did it, probably not a good idea. Or maybe they just executed wrong on that concept. And then also knowing your audience, like ChatGPT isn't necessarily going to know your audience perfectly. So use it as a tool, but also use it with your own research and like going through and making sure that this is actually a good idea and something your audience actually cares about, or has the ability to go viral. Like something Patty does with his ideas for like bigger clients, Patty Galloway, is he asked the question, 2 questions. Number 1, does this video have the potential to get 1 million views? If it doesn't, he's not going to do that idea. And then the other thing he does also check is he makes sure that the video idea appeals to 80% of his audience. If it doesn't appeal to the full 80% of his audience, he doesn't do that idea. So even just doing that, those 2 things, like, depending on what your goal is, like those are some of his criteria for a really good idea. And so he'll brainstorm, he'll come up with different ideas. He'll also try and validate those ideas too. But then he also has criteria for it to count as a good idea. So you can knock off ideas that aren't actually going to work. But yeah, I don't think it should be the only thing you use is what I'm getting at. We're over an hour. Let's see if I can do a few more here. Question: Is it correct that CapCut has changed, like features not working? I've not noticed that in CapCut. I mean, there's always people with issues with CapCut. I get people commenting on my CapCut tutorial saying their CapCut doesn't look like my CapCut. And it's like, I don't know what CapCut you have. I'm just using the app. I've checked an Android version and it looks just like mine. I don't know. But yeah, switching to DaVinci Resolve's good too, because that's going to be a more long-term editor for you. I'm thinking about even trying out DaVinci Resolve and messing around in there, just because I should do DaVinci Resolve, because I know everyone on a free budget is probably going to go to DaVinci Resolve versus Premiere Pro, just because it's free and it is professional grade. So I'm considering it. Can mobile gaming using my screen recorder give me subs on YouTube? Absolutely. But you have to make the content interesting. Like you can't just upload a screen recording and just do nothing else. Like you probably need a voiceover. You probably need energy in that voiceover. You probably need to be visually showing different parts. So you actually need to have multiple screen recording clips or edit the video to where it's showing multiple things, to make it actually, engaging. If you look up, I was just looking up Roblox creators for the YouTube intro series I'm doing, where I'm studying the 200 plus YouTube intros. For that, I came across Roblox channels where there were 3-hour long things, but they were making it engaging. It was gameplay, but they had like story elements in there. They always had a story going on. Even for the challenges, there was a story and there was conversations between the 2 characters. Like they found a way to make it more engaging than just straight gameplay. So I would look at what other people are doing, how they are also presenting it when they are doing gameplay, and try to find a way where you can fit in there too and not just upload gameplay. Also, guys, if you didn't know, my YouTube book's free right now. I totally forgot to mention this. I guess if you're still watching this, you must care about me in some way. My YouTube book's free. If you go to Amazon and search the YouTube shortcut, there's a buy now with 1 click for $0.00. I think the link is down below in the description. You should just scroll down a bit. You'll see YouTube book, get my book, or something like that. Click on that. Click buy now. It's a free book. Normally it's 99 cents, but it's free right now. Honestly, it's just there to give free value to people, but YouTube won't Amazon won't let me price it at $0. But yeah, grab that. After this live stream ends, make sure to click that link. We're probably going to wrap up here because I'm only supposed to do this for an hour because I do need to film videos. You guys want more content? I should probably go film that content. I've got a CapCut video I need to film. I've got a main channel video that I'm going to film from me showing some of the best tools and software I use as a YouTuber. But yeah, I should probably wrap it up here. Can I use voice amplifier if I don't have a mic for making videos? Sure. You can go for and use that effect. Question, how can I stop losing motivation for doing YouTube? I don't know. I don't know how that works. Sometimes I'm not motivated to do YouTube as well. And I'm a full-time creator. Some days I'm just like, I don't want to do this. And I just want to sit and game. And sometimes I do that. I think having a why is important. If you have a why behind what you're doing, you can push through the crap and have actually self-discipline to get stuff done. Like my why right now is to help 10,000 people monetize their passion with, start a YouTube side hustle. And I want to help people do that. And I'm thinking through how I can be valuable. They obviously need to learn how to create content. They also need to learn how to grow on YouTube. They need to learn how to monetize. So I'm trying to figure those things out. Yeah, but having that why, like that means a lot to me. If I help someone who's like in poverty, like build a side hustle that provides them 2-3 different income streams, and now they don't have to worry about living paycheck to paycheck at their full-time job because they have something good going on the side that can grow into a full-time income stream. That's awesome. Like for me, personally, and kind of like religiously, like I want to love my neighbor and I want to help other people. And so it's a way I can, what's the phrasing I'm thinking for this? I don't even know the phrasing, but probably more not eloquently put. Like I want to help people who are struggling to get out of, bad situations, I guess. And so that why motivates me to keep going, to keep putting out content, because then I can actually make a difference. If you can have something like that, even if your channel is entertainment, like even those entertainment channels are like, I'm thinking of a kid who has a bad day, who his mom's working 3 jobs, and he just comes home and goes to YouTube, and he doesn't have the greatest life ever because his mom's working 3 jobs. And I just want to be his friend and put a smile on his face when he watches my videos. Like that's a why. And it might just be gaming content and having fun and keeping it family friendly, but that why is huge. So that motivates that creator to keep going. And I actually think that is, I don't know which creator, but I have heard that before from another creator that was their why. So maybe we'll wrap it up with that. Figure out what your why is, and that why is going to carry you and motivate you to keep going, to keep pushing, even when you want to give up. Because it's not just, I want to be a famous YouTuber, or I want a gold plaque, like, even though I want a gold plaque, but there's also a why. You can have, I guess, those vain goals if you really want to, or to get the silver plaque. And then that goal is just going to change to the gold plaque. And then the gold plaque goal is going to change to, I want a diamond play button. But also having a why and a mission behind what you do, I think is really what's going to make a difference and keep you going and, serving people, helping the world, different things like that. So let's leave it on that note. But what? Yo, Joseph Martin's here. What is up, sir? Haven't seen you in forever. We should go to New York sometime. Let's plan a New York trip. But cool. Nice seeing you here before I wrap this up. We should talk again here sometime. But let's leave it on that why note. Figure out your why with your YouTube channel. And I'll see you guys. Dude, totally New York 2.0. Let's go. I'll see you guys in the next video because I am over my live stream here. But figure out your why. Hopefully that helps you with some motivation for this Saturday. And I'll catch you all. Not this next week, but every other week we do these live streams. So I'll have another one 2 weeks from now, roughly. And grab my YouTube book. It's free. I'll see you guys later.